Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We're gonna do some live dueling here. I am going to be fighting my friend Near, and he is from the Zero Alliance. He's going to be fighting with a Romulan crew with Eric's, and I believe he's using VMIT. And let me go over here. Vemant and Kumak, using the burning abilities of the Romulan crew. And I'm going to be using Kirk, Spock, and Sulu of the Enterprise crew. And we're going to do two runs, one where he is going to attack me and one where I am going to attack him to just basically test out officer abilities. Now that was, let's see. What happened? Because we're both dead. Did we both die? So that was interesting. We both wiped out one another. Never seen that before. Let's see. So let's look at that battle report. So I got a victory. Okay, so according to my report, according to my battle report, I won. So let's look at that here. We're going to look at the abilities and see exactly what was going on in that battle. So his Eric's plasma backlash activated, so a 17% chance to cause burning to the opponent after hitting it with an energy weapon. And Kirk's and Spock's and Sulu's abilities kicked in. Kirk was kicking off morale. Sulu was doing ranking fire, increasing 20% to the energy damage to my Vulcus, which is really good because it only uses phasers, which are all energy. And then Spock was his logical ability was 50% of defense restored to the shield when having morale. And then Kirk's ability 70% to all officer stats when the ship has morale. And his plasma backlash activated there. My abilities activated over here. He was doing some plasma backlash, but I'm not seeing his other officer abilities kicking in. So that's interesting that just Eric's is his abilities, and there his powered armor, 30% to armor when the ship has less than 70% hull health, which is good. My abilities kept activating. And I'm sure there's a lot of critical hits. There's one right there. And Eric's is the only one activating. I gotta... Alright, so now I'm going to attack him again, dropping my peace shield. And, gonna recall. So that's interesting that the other Romulan officers are not doing anything there. So you see my abilities proccing right there. So there's Eric's is burning. And Eric's is powered armor. Okay, so I want to go back and look at those officer abilities, because that I'm wondering if there's an inherent flaw, because I encountered something like this with my initial setup. So Eric's has a 10% chance of burning it. So if it's burning, oh, so I think I know what's going on here. So it's saying at the beginning of each round, if the opponent's ship is burning, he's only burning for one round, and I don't think it's carrying over to the next round. So I think you need to be burning for 2 rounds for Vemit's ability to proc. And then let's look at Kumak. As long as the enemy ship is burning, Kumak increases the armor, shield deflection, whatnot. So I don't think Eric's burns it long enough. I don't think Eric's burns are lasting long enough for the other officers' abilities to kick in. Alright, so we're going to do another test run here. See if he can finally take me out. No. So... Alright, so I'm guessing it's not going to awaken. So as you can see right here, so in this round, there's my officer abilities starting at the beginning of the round. Then you see the damage going back and forth. You see his burning. So 17% chance to cause burning to the opponent after hitting it with an energy weapon. Okay. And then that ends. So he has to burn me again for that to happen. And all my officer abilities are happening in the beginning. He needs a burn to start at the beginning, and it's not. Like, look at that. The burn is happening at the end of the turn, and then it's done. So Eric's isn't going to work with what this strategy is. Okay, so here, nope, that's the powered armor. That's the 30% to armor when the ship is destroyed. All right, let's look at this one here. Okay, so 8, powered armor starts. My abilities kick in. Some fire is exchanged, and he's getting a burn because he has to shoot first. So he has to shoot first for that burn to hit in there. And none of the abilities have enough time to... See, once again, at the end of the turn, he's doing a burn. So this was the same problem I had with Arcady and Spock. So what Spock does is when there's morale, Spock has a 50% chance of defense restored to the shield. It has to start at the beginning of the move. So Kirk inspires morale at the beginning of the move. Arcady will inspire morale when the shields are depleted, but Spock's ability can't kick in because the shields have already been depleted. There's nothing to regenerate. And the same thing is going on with Eric's. Eric's needs to burn at the beginning, but there has to be phaser fire exchanged for him to do a burn. So it's not going to work. So we're going to rehash this and figure out a new intermediary Romulan strategy. All right, guys. Thanks for watching, and more to come. I'm going to post more vids.